Hello everyone, and today I want to show you this. Voila, a fiberglass side panel with a bunch of holes in it for airflow, obviously. And secondly, this is an Athlon 64 retro build. Yeah. And basically, I've already ordered parts. They're supposed to arrive within a week, which is nice. And yeah, I've ordered them about a week ago. And none of them have arrived yet, but they will soon. Either way, here's the build. It's a simple little build. I got this PC from my dad, who found it at work, who brought it home and said, probably won't work. You can use it as a case or something. And I got the parts working. He got it from a bin, and yeah, it came with RAM. The only thing it didn't come with was a hard drive. And yeah. Either way, it's a nice little machine, and I've got a SATA hard drive there, which is one of the adapters I ordered. You see there's like a Molex connector. What's that? See, I have like a Molex connector just down there, waiting to plug into the hard drive. And I need an adapter for that, because this thing does support SATA, as you can tell. It's just, there's a really cheap power supply in here, which I wish I could upgrade. But, that's actually sort of expensive, so I don't want to do that right now. Either way, the parts I've ordered are not an Athlon 64. A crappy AGP card. Well, it's not that bad, but there's a lot more powerful cards that came out on AGP. Either way, it's a GeForce 6200. And it was like one of the better models of the 6200. Still, it's a 6200. So, yeah. But, also, this is not its original case. You can probably tell because I made a side panel for it. This was a case that I got from a PC I got at Goodwill. Well, Value Village, but they're the same thing, really. And, I bought it. I thought it would work, but the graphics card was dead. So, and a couple other things were broken, too. So, yeah, it would not boot. So I got ticked off, and I just kind of put it outside, which wasn't a good idea, but I did anyway. And, yeah. And it didn't come with side panels. I tried to test that Goodwill. It wouldn't find a monitor. So, I just went ahead and bought it. Either way, yeah. So that's what the case is from. And, although the side looks really nice, the front of it, not so much. It's a weird mixture of beige and silver, which doesn't look great, but I could probably paint that sometime, and it would look a lot better. And, yeah, but the side panel is hooked up with magnetic tape. You can see right there. And, I'll put that to the side. I also have some LED lights in there, obviously. And it's plugged into the back I/O of this thing. And I kind of made it look a little neat there. Either way, this thing is a Sound Blaster card too. It's a Sound Blaster 5.1? Sound Blaster Live 5.1. And, a little cheap USB 2.0 card too. And, you know, the Athlon 64 3000 plus, and 2 gigabytes of DDR1 RAM. Clocked at like 400 megahertz or something. So yeah, pretty bad RAM, but it's a large size it's a lot of RAM for an XP machine. And yeah, there's also an ID DVD drive which I can install Windows XP on. Not onto the DVD drive, but there. And it sticks. Oh yeah, and also this hard drive is 320 gigs. It's pretty cheap, like 6 years old or something. I just stuck it on with some like thick tape, and yeah, it's sitting there. And that tape just fell off, so I'll just leave it. There's also, what else? Oh yeah, the motherboard, I suppose. You can't tell there, it says K8M800, which is a pretty cheap board, from what I know. And, you know, this came from an old business, so it's obviously not going to pay a lot for motherboard features. So yeah, but this board does support overclocking, which is really cool. Just a little scared to do it, because I don't want to break it. I've already spent a little bit of money with this thing. Not actually enough. There's a cheap case fan. There's stuff on there loosely. And then there's the power supply, which is probably the one thing that I want to replace quite soon. It'd probably be, if I really like this machine, I'll definitely replace the power supply sometime in the future. It is a open power supply, which I don't believe they exist anymore. It's a 300 watt power supply, which I believe it probably only outputs. It probably outputs quite a bit less now. We've got, I think, some German on it. And there's some obvious, like, shock warnings and stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty crappy power supply. What else? I believe that's it for this thing. But it's a pretty nice little retro computer. It'll be good with a little 6200 for Half-Life 2, I believe. Probably some Portal also. But yeah. Say the best part about this build so far is the side panel, for sure. And depending, I should probably check this first, but depending on whether Nvidia has drivers for Windows 7 for the GeForce 6200, I'll either put Windows 7 Superlight on here or Windows XP 64-bit or whatever. Either way, that should be good for now. Either way, it's a pretty decent machine. Also, if you want to know how it sounds for turning on, well, here you go. That'll be hard drive sounds. And yeah, that's the startup sounds. Obviously, you can hear a bit of hard drive, but that's not plugged in right now. But either way, that is my iPhone 64 build so far. I'll probably make a video on it later. Do some benchmarking. Either way, that's it for now.